Hello everybody, my name is Coolblue. I'm bringing out this video of me playing a board game, and this is going to be in the Small Box Big Game series. Yes, this does qualify as a small box in my opinion. It's like just kind of on the edge. It is a pretty big game, and we're going to be doing two videos with Welcome to, two playthroughs. We're going to do a solo, which is this video, and then we're going to do a group playthrough that you can play through. You can play along with me if you want. You can also play along with me on solo if you want, but it's a little bit different. But that said, let's go and get into the rules. So first, let me get our music in the background. Oh, sorry, hit too many buttons over here. And let's go ahead and explain the base rules of what we need to know to play Welcome to. So assuming that you know nothing about this game, I'm going to try to explain it from the basics. First and foremost, this game is Welcome to. Your goal is to basically write in numbers and using powers that you get from your cards to get the most points. So your goal is to get the most points, and the easiest way to think about this, especially if you play bingo, is to think of it as bingo but with more steps. If you think of it that way, it's a pretty straightforward game. There are there are 6 different powers that exist in the game, and those are on display over here. So you have the fences, the real estate, the biz, the construction, pools, and parks, and that should be 6. And there's 3 ways for the game to end, and those ways are for you to fill in all these spaces. So each of these boxes here, each of these houses represents a space. So if you fill in all the spaces, or if anybody does, and the game is over, or that's the end of the game, that round is. If you finish all of the objectives, so there's 3 different objectives here, N1, N2, and N3. They'll be available every game. If one player completes all 3 of those, then the game will end. And then finally, somebody has 3 errors. Errors are when you have a situation to where you can claim you cannot legally write down any of the numbers that are available for you for whatever reason. If you fail to write down things 3 times, then the game ends, so it triggers the end of the game. So I'm just mentioning that, just get that out of the way, because I always forget to explain in-game conditions. So going into the variety of the game, since I am playing solo, I'm going to explain the solo rules, and then I'll explain how to play the game, the rest of the game, as we go. So my apologies, this is going to take a little bit for you to watch, especially if you're just looking for like a quick tutorial video. This may not be that, this may be a little bit more involved. So for solo play, once again, skipping over the actual meat of the game until we're actually playing. For solo play, you're going to have 3 different goals. So I'm just going to shuffle these and get 3 of them. So very similar to a multiplayer setup. So there's my N3, there's my N2, and here's my N1. Oh, nope. Sorry, just trying to make sure I get a good shuffle here. There we go. All right. So I have my 3 goals, and achieving these goals will give me points. If I can do this before the first half of the game, or within the first half of the game, I will get the big number. And then when playing solo, there's this card here for this approved card. When this card shows up, all of these will flip if they have not been flipped already. So, and this will be halfway through the deck. So this is, once again, when you're playing solo, you're playing differently. When you play a normal game, for those who are wondering, when you play a normal game, you're splitting these decks up into 3 different stacks, and then you're flipping like this. And the thing that you choose to write, and the thing that you're going to be selecting from is you're going to be selecting from 3 different pairs. So you can either select this pair of 14 fence, 7 construction, or 9 real estate. So you have 3 different options. But when you're playing solo, you instead will have a single deck. You have a single deck of cards. You draw the top 3, and then you choose 1 to use as a number and 1 to use as the effect, as the power, if you will. So that's how that works. And like I said, once this card shows up, that's when all the other cards will flip. So I'm on a bit of a timer if I want to get some massive points, because that's 25 points right there. That's a lot of points. So I'm just gonna get shuffle here and do a cut. Whoops. Sure. Awful cut. And then I'm gonna put this halfway through. I'm just gonna eye it. I guess I'll try to eye it this way so you can see as well. That's about half. That's about half, right? Sure. Alright, so put that there. And I'll flip it. Boom. Didn't expect it. Didn't expect the flip. Okay. Alright, so these are my 3 goals that I can go for. And I'll actually move these up here. And this is my little rule sheet. I'm going to zoom in the camera because we don't need all the space. But I'm going to try to keep it to where I can see the cards, and we don't really need to see the box. So let's zoom in. Ugh. course I gotta reposition everything. Of course. Ah, you're seeing all the dust. All the dirt. All the things. Everywhere. Okay. So, in order to achieve goals, this is a continuation of the rules teach, since like I said, we're going to be skipping around a little bit on teaching. Relative to these goals, in order for me to claim these goals, I need to have a house spot that matches the number of these. So I need to have 6 single home units, and they have to be filled in with numbers. So I have to have a number of them. The way the numbering works is the number will go from lowest to highest. So if I put a 4 here, for instance, then that means that going this way, I cannot put duplicates next to each other, so I cannot put another 4 next to it unless I use the biz, which we'll talk about later. But I can put a 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 all the way up to 15, which is the natural number that shows up, with the max being 17 that you can get based on some special magic, which we'll talk about later. But what I'm trying to emphasize is that I need to have a house with a number in it that represents somebody has moved in, is living there, and also need to have a wall. There's default walls built in on the edges, so there's a wall here, but the way I get walls, or fences, is by getting a fence number, which we'll talk about once we get to that, but it's just me kind of showing that I need to have 6 single unit houses to claim this goal, and the houses that I use to claim this goal, I cannot use to claim other goals. There's thankfully no overlaps in this situation, but if there was a situation such that I hypothetically had this, then the housing units that I use to claim this goal, I cannot also use to claim this one. So in this case, I would need to have 6 different 2s, or 2-size houses, to actually accomplish both of those goals, ultimately. And that'll hopefully make a little more sense as we go along. So, bad explanations aside, let's go ahead and get moving. Okay, so once again, we're playing solo, so I'm going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I do want to play on the other side. So I'm going to keep these 3, but I'm playing on this side, because I don't like seeing the number. That's kind of unfair. So I had 3 cards, and what I'm going to choose from here, excuse me, what I'm going to choose from here is I'm going to choose to claim 1 number and then 1 symbol. So these cards are double-sided. On this side you have a number, and then you have the symbol in the corner, and on this side you have the symbol itself. So the usefulness of this is that this will tell me what's coming up next. So, actually, yeah, okay, fine. Well, it doesn't matter playing solo. This will show me what's coming up next. Oh, in the back of this card. And when you're playing a normal game, you'll be able to kind of have some foresight into the future about what symbols are going to be coming up. But the main reason why it's important for solo is because I can just look at this and this to know my options. And I can choose this number and this symbol, or I can choose this number and this symbol. I'm not allowed to choose this number plus that symbol, like that. So I have to be careful with that. Okay, so of these ones that I have here, as I said, I'll be kind of teaching as we go, doing a rolling teach here. I have the option to do an 8 fence or a 9 fence, or an 8 pull or a 9 pull. So pretty simple options here. So if I choose an 8 pull or a 9 pull, then I will put the number in a spot, and if I put it in a house, if I put it in a house that has a pull, then that will give me the option to circle the pull. When I circle the pull, and I'm just going to try to do this so I don't cause the camera to go out of focus so much. If I choose the pull, or if I have a spot with the pull, when I circle the, or I can circle the pull. If I circle the pull, then I can mark it up down here. And at the end of the game, I'm going to score points equal to the lowest unmarked number. So in this case, I'm scoring 0 right now. But if I were to take a pull, which I think I don't want to pull. I actually want the fence. But if I were to take a pull, then I will mark off this first spot here. And that means at the end of the game, I'll be earning 3 points. And then as I go along, the more pulls I get, the better my points get down here. And this one just kind of builds up as you go along. That's how the pool scoring works. So of my options here, there's reasons why I will want one number over the other. But I kind of want to get my fences going, because fences are going to be required for me to get any of these. And these are some massive points here that I don't want to just leave on the table. I want to do I want to do 8 fence or 9 fence? Let's see. So in this spot, this top row, there's numbers going from, or sorry, there's 10 houses, there's 11 here, there's 12 there. So I can kind of help you with my planning. So if I put like an 8 here, it's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12. And then if I put an 8 here, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, that gives me plenty of space. So I'm going to put the 8 here. And I can put my fence wherever I want. I can put my fence down here. I can put my fence over here. I can put my fence there. I can put my fence anywhere I want, except for in places to where I have used these grouping for a goal card, which is not relevant right now, but I'll talk about later. But what I'm trying to emphasize is that I do not have to put that fence on the same housing area to where I built it. In this case, I do want to put it. I think I want to put it here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I want to put it here. So in this case, I did want to put it there because it just made sense, but I don't have to do that normally. Also, I'm just going to keep making the camera go out of focus, so my apologies ahead of time. Yeah, cool. All right, so now I'm done with that. I will draw another set of 3. And now I get to choose 14, I have a 14, a 2, and a 1, and then I have 2 parks and a fence. So I think I do want to go hardcore on the fences so I can get my division set up. So I'm going to take the 1 fence. It's pretty straightforward for me. And I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to do 1, and then I'll put the fence, let's see. This is going to give me the most points if I can finish that. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2, 2 is going to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I want to put a fence there. Yeah, I'll put it here, like so. Alright, so there we go. So I placed my stuff. Also, let me arrange this to where I'm not making the camera go out of focus so often. I'm going to swap positions here. There we go. That way I can kind of write without making the camera go out of focus, so it won't be too jarring. Okay, cool. So I've written my number here. We're going to do next 3. So we have 5, 11, 8, and then we have construction and park. So parks, the way parks work is when I put the number down in the neighborhood or in the row, then I would get to X off one of these park spots going up. What I mean by that is that if I take the 11 park, for instance, so let's see, let me see if I want that. Sure, I'll take 11 park just because. So that's 11, so I'm going to take the number 11, and then I'm going to take this park, so 11 park. And this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, fine, I'll put it here. So I'll put 11, and then I have park. So when I get the park, I will simply mark off one of the park. The parks are in this upper area here on each of these rows. And as you can see, the more I mark off, the better my points get. So I'm going to do 11 park there. Next one. We have 13, 7, 14, and then real estate, park, construction. So I think I'm going to take a 14. Actually, no, I'm going to take a 13 real estate so I can explain real estate. So 13 real estate. So I'm taking 13 here and the real estate from there. So I'm going to do the 13 and the real estate. Now, also to clarify, especially if you're watching this video to learn how to play the game, learn the rules. I'm playing solo, so I want to clarify. You do not normally do this in solo, where you draw 3 cards and do the thing. Anyway, so the 13 real estate is what I selected. So when you do real estate, you will mark off one of these boxes here, starting from the top. So I can mark off this box here, and what that does is that's going to make any size 6 housing settlement that I have at the end of the game worth more points, because it's going to be a multiplier. So in this case, because I know I'm going to be building 6 ones, I know I'm going to want a lot of ones eventually, so I want to go ahead and just mark off this first one, and that means at the end of the game, for every completed size 1 house that I have on my sheet, you know, regardless of this card, but every completed size 1 house that I have on my sheet, I will get 3 points per house instead of the base game's 1 per house. So it's gonna be a nice multiplier if I build a lot of the same types of houses. So that's gonna be a pretty good thing to have. So we got 11 fence, 9. Oh, sorry, I can't say it that way. We have 11, 9, and 2, and That's going to bother me. And that's going to be real estate, construction, fence. So I want to try to save this for a 9-10 pool, if I can get that. I don't know if I'll be able to get that. I'm hopeful. There is a distribution of the cards, meaning that I think 7, 8, 9, there's more of those in this deck, and then 1 and 15, the lowest and the highest numbers respectively. 1 and 15, the lowest and highest numbers respectively. There's fewer of those, there's less of those. So those are rarer. And the rulebook does a good job of, or gives you a list of the actual spread if you really want to know. But that goes a long way to say that it's going to be a little bit common for me to get 9s and 10s probably, so I can probably sacrifice one of these numbers. I'm going to just do a 2 fence, because I do want to bisect this here. So 2, and then I'll put a fence there. And that's going to set me up for having this, so I now qualify for this. I cannot claim this card yet, because remember, I have to have people move into these houses first before I can claim that. So right now, I'm on my way to getting 10 points, but I do not have them yet. All right, so 5, 11, 6, and then fence, fence, park. I do want to be pretty aggressive with fences since I need a lot of fences. So I think I will take the 5 fence. This is 8, 7, 6, 5. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have a little bit of flexibility here. So 3, 4, 5. So I can put the 5 here. Oh no, sorry. The surface that I'm writing on is not a sturdy one here, apparently. So I put a 5 there, and 1 second. Trying to find something to write on. That'll do. GameGenic to the rescue. There we go. That way I don't stab through my writing machine on accident. So I put a 5 there, and my fence, I'm gonna put the fence, sure, I'll put it here. Like so. Alright, all good. Alright. So, we have 4, 12, 8. I'm liking the 4 park, actually. The 4 park is looking pretty nice. Yeah, for sure. 4, it would be nice if it was a pool, but 4 park, because I'm going to be finishing this first lineup pretty soon. That's going to be pretty good for me. Then we have 15, 7, 13, and then construction, fence, and park. So I'm going to go ahead and use construction. So the way construction works is construction, when you take the number, whatever number you take, you can plus or minus it by 0, 1, or 2. So what I mean by that is that if I take this 15, 15 construction, then I can make it a 13, a 14, a 15, a 16, or a 17. Those are my options. And then also in addition to that, I'm just going to take it as a 17. So I'm doing 15 construction, and I'm making this a 17 now. And in addition to that, when you take the construction, you mark off one of these construction markers down here to show that you support the union or something like that. And at the end of the game in a solo game, if I have, I think it's 5 or more, then I'll score the bigger points. But if I have less than 5, then I score no points. Let me double check. Or is it 8? Checking the rules here. Okay, I have to have 6. I have to have 6 temps. These are called temps. So I need 6 marks down here to score 7 points. So it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle, but we'll see if I can get it. Alright, so we got 9, 10, and 10. So I think Biz might be worth using, just for purposes of example. Let's see, can I use Biz? I could, I don't want to. Okay, so, it's not strategically a good idea for me to use Biz right now. I mean, I do have a whole nother section down here, so I guess it's not that big of a deal for me to use it. So let's go ahead and use the Biz, just so I can talk about it. So Biz, the way Biz works is essentially you write down the number. So I'm going to do 9 Biz. So let's see, this is the 12 one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So put the 9 here, like so. And then when you do Biz, so I'm doing 9 Biz, And when you do biz, you'll mark off one of your biz spots down here, like so. And this is worth negative victory points at the end of the game. But the benefit is that you get to duplicate a number. So I'm going to duplicate this number, so I'll duplicate the 17. And it has to be to the left or to the right of that number. It's the only time you can have duplicates next to each other. And I duplicate the number, and then afterwards I put the word biz. I do BIZ or BIS is what it actually says on the card. Like so, just to show that that's a duplicate because of that. Also, it's good for bookkeeping later on, just in case I have a situation to where I need to go double check to make sure I have the right negative points. But that's me using biz. So I wrote down the 9 here because I did 9 biz, and then I got to duplicate any number on my sheet, including the number I just wrote, and I wanted to duplicate that one, so I did. Alright, we got some pulls coming up. Ooh, yes. So I'm going to do 10 pull. So 10 pull, I put 10 down here. And then I'm going to circle the pool because I used 10 pull, and this is a spot that has a pull. With the pulls, you must write the number in the spot that has the pull in order to claim the benefit of it. So I circle the pool, and then I mark off one of those, and at the end of the game I'm going to get some bonus points for that, which is going to be nice. Alright, next up is going to be 3, 11, 4, and then park, fence, construction. And I think I've talked about every single one of these now, so we're just going to kind of go on through and play. So I can do 4 construction, and then turn that 4 into a 6. Although, I do want that last park. But what I'm thinking is I can turn that 4 into a 6 and finish this. But like if I can just finish this, then I can claim that goal. And I can start working on another goal. Alright, you know what? No, I don't want to do that either. This is difficult. Okay. I'm going to take the... Oh... This is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can do 4 fence. And I'll put my fence, starting my fence here. Okay. So we got to be getting close to the halfway point. So I'm starting to worry if I'm going to make it on that one. So we got 11, 9, 1, and then real estate, biz, and then fence. Tricky choices here. I think I want 1 real estate. So I'm going to do 1 here, and then real estate for this spot. So that way my 2s will be worth some good points at the end of the game. Alright, next up we have 3, 12, and 8. And we can have an 8 pool. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to do 8 pool. Because I can put the 8 here. And then circle that pool. Get me some points. Oh no, we've reached the halfway point. Alright, so speak now, forever hold your peace. So I need to finish this. I can finish this and claim that goal. If I do not claim any goals at the end of this round, then they all flip to their lesser points. When they flip, they're just worth less points. And everybody can achieve the same goals. I'm playing solo, so it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of, do I get the 10 or the 6? But they're all a 4-point drop. So this card is coming out. You can't see that. This card's coming out. So I'm gonna have to do 4 biz or 8 biz. I think I'll take 4 biz. So I'll do 4 here. And then biz, so I mark off the spot down here. So I'm gonna get negative 3 points at the end of the game. But I will get to duplicate this number. So I'm gonna duplicate this 8 here. I could have duplicated the 10 as well, but I decided for the 8. And that's gonna give you my goal. Now when you claim a goal, when you claim one of these objectives, when you claim one of these objectives, you will mark off the back line of the house to show that you've used it. So for me, I need a 2, and a 5. So here's my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's walled on both sides and fully filled in. So I draw a line right there. And that shows that I've used it. And then I need 2 2s. Here's my first 2, and then here's my other 2. And now I can claim my goal. So I'm gonna go to N2 on my sheet, which is over here, and I'll put 10 points. Because I got it at the same time the AI got it. And it flips. Alright, and that's it. So that's it for my round. And because this card came out, all of these will now flip. So I can still score these, but they're not worth as many points now. Alright, so we have 14, 7, 2, and then park, fence. So I think I want 7 park, because that's going to tidy up this pretty nice. So 7, oh no, sorry, 7 park. Alright. And that's good. Okay, we have 9, 6, and 12. Nice. We have real estate, pool, and construction. I can do 6 pool. Oh, I cannot do 6 pool. That's unfortunate. Oh man. I guess I'm gonna take the 9 construction, and then make that 9 a 10. I'll put it here. So 10 construction. So I need 4 more of those to make it worth it. Okay. We're doing 7 construction since we just talked about I need to do 4 more of those. So 7 construction. So 3 more. Let's see, we have 6, 6, 7, and this is biz, park, and fence. I think 6 fence makes sense. So 6, oops, sorry, 6 fence makes sense. So 6, and so this is what was mentioned before. That fence, I cannot put that fence here to break this up, and I cannot put it here to break that up because they've been already claimed. So I cannot break this up any further, anything up here any further. But I will put my fence. Let's see, I'll put it here. Nope. I don't know where my fence. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll put it here. Well, this is difficult. I'll put my fence here, like so. Okay. All right, we got 5, 3, 9, and this is going to be park, biz, park. I think we're doing 5 park. I really need some more fences here. So the game ends when you're playing solo when the deck runs out, or when one of the other conditions happens. Actually, let me double check. Yeah. When the stack of cards is empty, or when one of the 3 normal goals is met. So I have 13, 13, 11, and I have pool, biz, and real estate. I really need fences, so that's kind of crummy. I can do 11. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do 13 pool. We'll do 13 pool. Well, no, I'm gonna do 11 pool. There we go. So 11 pool. Come on, fence. Oh no, we're getting to the pools. It's not looking good for me. Not looking good for me at all. I got a whole bunch of numbers here, but they're not fenced up properly. Alright, so we have 15, 8, 7, and real estate, pool. I think real estate sounds nice. So I'm going to do 15 real estate. So 15 real estate, and I'm going to mark off the other 2. Okay, because I have 15 real estate. Come on, fences, where are you? I knew I had to be aggressive with fences, but I didn't realize it's going to be the end of the road for me. Too many houses here to make that work out. I really need another fence to like make this worth points, at least. Because otherwise it goes to waste. Also, I have a 3, so if I put a fence here, then I can get the 4. Not looking so hot though. We have 5, 6, 9, and real estate, park. I think 5 park makes sense. Let's do... We're gonna do 5 real estate. Let's do 5 park. Oh, yeah, let's do 5 park. Oh man, I forgot about my construction battle. But we got a fence coming up, so within the last 2 or 3 rounds, we're gonna get some fences, or a fence at least. So we have 1 construction, sorry, 1, 5, 10, and then construction, real estate. I think I need to do the 1 construction. So I'm doing 1 construction, making that 1 a 2, putting it there. Somehow I need 2 more constructions. All right, 7, 6, 12, and we have fence, biz, pool. So I can definitely get the fence that I want. The question is, where do I want to put it? I can do 6 fence. Well, before I do. Yeah, we're doing 6 fence. And then we've already got that one. We're going for this one, so we need a 4. Alright, and then I now claim this goal because I have a 3 and a 4. I'll just do it the side by side. So a 3 and a 4. So here's my 3. And then here's my 4. And then I get 3 points for in 3. Devastating. Okay, next up. We have 10, 15, 8, fence, real estate. I really need fences like we said before, so I'm definitely going to go for it. Question is, can I get the numbers? So I'm going to do 10 and then fence. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to put the line here right now. Because worst case scenario is going to give me some more points if I'm not able to split that again to go for the goal. And then also keep in mind that if I finish this goal, then the game ends anyway. So I'm kind of decentivized from wanting to finish that goal. Also, here's the rest of the fences. My gosh, they're all showing up. So 6, 5, 10, and then fence, real estate. So 6, 5, 10, and then fence, real estate. Oh, also one other rule I didn't mention is that before the end of the game, it's a house rule I make. If your city's not named, you score exactly 0 points. So, and by end of game, I mean last card flipped over. So I made it just in the nick of time. So I'm gonna name my town, like I name all of my towns, Acornia. Online. Okay. Anyway, continuing on. 6, 5, 10, fence, real estate. Ooh, I can't use any of those. Ouch. Yep, that's my first error. I cannot use any of those. That hurts. That's devastating. Alright, and it doesn't matter that we're in the last one. Well, it does matter because I really wanted that fence so I can get some more points, but I guess. 7, 10, 8. And I can use the 7 or the 8. Actually, could I not use any of those? Let me double check. I could not use any of those. Yes, that was correct. So we have 7, 10, 8, and this is the last round. This is the last thing I write down before the game is over. mean, 8 real estate wouldn't be awful, because I can get it to be 2 more points. Because I have a 3, 2 3s. Man, I really wish I got the fence instead. Yeah, but parks, I mean, it's gonna be 2 points either way. So it's either 2 points here or 2 points there. So I guess in hindsight, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? Yeah, all right. We will do 8 park. Because, like I said before, it's the same thing. Let's add another 3 hiding somewhere. No, it's all the same. Okay, all right, so that's it. Now we're gonna add up our score. So I sadly did not get the fence or get the constructions here, but we're gonna add up our score. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the parks here and we're gonna write them down here. So this is the top park. I got 10 points. The park afterwards, I got 4 points. And the park down here, I got 2 points. And then construction, I'm gonna get 0 because I do not have more than 7. So let's write the 0 down there, or more than 6. And now we're gonna write out the number of size houses that we have. So for size 1 houses, I have 1 size 1 house. For size 2 houses, I have 1, 2, 3. I had 3 size 2 houses. For size 3 houses, I have 1, 2. For size 4 houses, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, just 1. For size 5 houses, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1 size 5. And for size 6, I have 0. So this does not count because there's no wall here. And then even if I had this number filled in, it feels, because this is 7 across, that's not a house that scores, so I wouldn't get anything for it anyway. For my negative points, I'm going to carry down to 3. And I'm going to carry down the 0. We're not playing with roundabouts, so we're going to scratch it off. And then in 1, I got 0. So now we're going to do the math. So this is going to be 9 points here for my pools. This is going to be 16 points here for my parks. This is going to be 13 points here for my goals. And then 1 times 3 is going to be 3. Then 3 times 4 is going to be 12. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. 1 times 4 is going to be 4. 1 times 5 is going to be 5. And then 0. And then we add it all up. So let's bring out ye old calculator because we know that my math has been shoddy from time to time. So we will take it all with the appropriate grains of salt. All right. All right, so let's add it in. And we're gonna do 13 plus 16 plus 9 plus 0 plus 3 plus 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5 minus 3. And my final score is 65. Woohoo! Could have been better, for sure. But 65 points it is. And that is it. That's the entire game. That is Welcome to. Very simple, straightforward game. I do enjoy it for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons is that once people get over that initial hump of understanding what the powers do, the game is really, really, really straightforward. And if you want to be super strategic, you can be. But it's just overall just a nice, fun, crunchy game. Like, it gives you a lot of strategy, a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak. And you can also play it remotely, which is a fun thing. I've played it remotely with a few friends before, where we jumped on Zoom, showed the cards, and then they wrote down their own little sheet, and it was a fun old time. Anyway, all right, so that's gonna be it for this video, though. I'm gonna go ahead and close it there. So definitely stay tuned for the next video, which is gonna be the playthrough with where people can interact. So the interactive playthrough, I guess. And I'll explain how to do that in the next video. So at any rate, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And oh, definitely in the comments, let me know what you all think of the game and what you all feel about the game. If this is your favorite roll and write, or verb and write, I should say, because we're flipping cards, or there's other games. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you all whenever.